Hello everybody, welcome to another video of mine. And today we'll be looking at final release, final patch notes of DUEL M template. So let's go through it. So we have some new game modes which you can, let's say, play with this template. So let's take a quick look. So this is special rule set for the duel. I really technically agree, you will not attack yourself and there are some things to it. So it's like, if you enjoy farming late game, you can agree with this. And you can get a ridiculous army and stuff like that. And then there is D4C, dirty duels done dirty cheap. So this is when you are generating large size. It will select from 3 templates which are inside the template pack. And there is Derstadt, Shadow Economy, Switzerland. So you can see that these names are, let's say, coming as well from Ludocross. And technically they are really small L large maps. You played on 130%, and yeah, I assume it will take like few minutes or 40-50 minutes to finish this game. We will take a look after. We will try to generate all 3, and we will just quickly take a look on the map. So that's for the new game modes. You will see it more on the. So let's go into the changelog, which is, let's say, the most interesting. So we have the heroes edit. So this is the final hero roster. So we have Roland, Valeshka, Ivor, Nila, Torosar, Fafner, Ignatius, Galfron, Septiana, Shakti, Deemer, Gretchen, Terek, Tyrexor, Dragon, Wiston, Cassiopeia, Derek, Annabelle, Bidley, and Corks. I will show you, let's say, the heroes which are in the game after, so you can see what should be most likely the picks for all factions. Heroes ban, Kabert, Melodiak, Serfaxi, Zubin, Meristkat. So this is fine, this is like whatever, right? They are just removed because nobody was ever playing them. Remove tactic skill, so that's cool. We have edit artifacts. We have Charm of Eclipse and Seal of Sunset. Both of them are decreasing enemy power by 10%. And you can see that from the pre-release version, there is no chest piece. Because it was clear that the chest piece is like 100% pick for every final fight, so it was removed. And there is the Amulet of Undertaker, Dead Man's Boots, and Vampire Core. So it means with Vitamina you can get a lot of skellies now with these artifacts, because they are adding quite a lot of percentage to it. You can combine them into the Dead Man Cloak, but it will not generate leeches. Unless you would play without rules in generation of the map. Frequency of black markets in the zone side treasure is increased. Treasures can now generate as conflict zone. Global balance of dwellings. All 3 up to tier 7 dwellings are now categorized by tiers, and their numbers depends on that. There are some changes, so we will take a look at it. You can play 2v2 version and FFA version. And as I already said, this large size. There are 3 different, let's say, templates inside. We will take a look at it after. So changes for biome. So diplomacy was changed to 25%. So that's huge, right? Because you cannot no longer deploy big desert breaks. So you can only join 25. So most likely it will not, let's say, be good to do. Conflux biomes will now have triple build option with fort, but the value of boxes and dwellings is increased by 10%. So you can triple build with conflux, which is cool, and will be most likely a very strong thing to do. Frequency of tiers for shrines is increased to 500, but 5 maximum, that's fine. All tier 5 boxes are now limited to up to 4 marks, depending on the town, that's fine. There are some guaranteed boxes, like low tier, so we have Gremlins 4, Stone Golems 3, Dwarves 4, Elves 3, Skeletons 4, Walking Dead 4, Harpies 3, Sprites 5. So you can see, you will probably see a lot of games which will have like a lot of tier 1, tier 2 creatures, which will help you farm the biome much more easier, right? And then Vampire box is no longer guaranteed, and their number is limited to 1 maximum. So that means you're Necro gamer, you can have Vampire box or you will not have. So you need to think, you need to keep that in mind when you will be playing Necro. Side treasures. So the odds of generating dungeon town are greatly reduced. That's cool. And got value of side bunker entrance series to 50k. That's fine. So it's like smaller diplo. So for the side bunkers, they are no longer identical. So there are two variants now. One is the neutral bunker and one is the regular bunker. When it's the neutral, there is the conflux down, and diplomats there is increased to 100% joints. But only neutral creatures. So you could get like 15 rest dragons if you'll be lucky. A regular bunker has a town which mirrored central desert town, so you can do even triple builds if you will own middle, your town in biome, and the side bunker with 50% joints. And Pandora's there can give the units from the middle, which is cool. And bunker size was increased. Let's say have all this in, and there is the underground cartographer, so it reveals underground location for Tank Eagle. For desert, so all corner towns are now matching site treasures. So that means that in the desert, we'll see on the map later, that you will have 4 side towns, and 2 of them are one side treasure, and 2 of them are second side treasure zone. Which is actually giving some good option, right? And now it makes sense to go for side treasure if you have do not have access to the middle. There is the obelisk, so you can get Grail. There are tier 7 boxes are now guaranteed, so there should be 3 upgraded, 3 non-upgraded. And Oasis is now extremely rare object. So you can like, the Oasis will be like in 1 out of 100 games, let's say. Heals. For 2v2 version FFA, so template structure was changed to all more bunkers, that's fine. And the triple build towns in biome, which replies the copy of the Sermit town. 2 Dragon City Pals in the biome, it's so fun. Another one monolith in the main bunker, which leads to random spot in biome. So this is just, let's say, some changes for 2v2 version and FFA version. So now, since we are here, let's take a look at the dwelling tier list, because there are some huge changes. Oh, huge changes which can affect the things. So we are mostly looking, so vampires are 4, that's still fine. Then you can see that rocks are now S tier, so that means it's decreased to 4 from 6. And so this is a big nerf to Stronghold, but there is like upgrade on tier 6. So you have 8 Black Knights, Manticore, Cyclops. So Black Knights now will maybe make more sense, because 8 Phalanx is a lot. It's a lot. And 8 Cyclopses. So maybe we'll see some good gamers going for the Cyclops. So let's see. And I will definitely try that when I will be playing Stronghold. Then we have no changes in tier 7, so that's all the same. I think there is the change in the Firebirds. So there is 4 Firebird dwelling. That's actually really interesting, considering you have triple build, right? So if you triple build Conflux with Firebirds, you will build Castle and you will build Vault of Ashes. So it will be 3, 7. So you'd be getting 21 Firebirds from the towns only. Actually huge. And for the side treasure zone, so there is a lot of dwellings, so you can get a lot of them, and if you can double build it with the town in the desert, with the side town, it can be actually really huge. So let's see how this will play. And in the desert there are some unlimited quantity of the dwellings, which are usually the bad one, right? Yeah, this serpent is cool. Limited on giants, limited on angels and behemoths. That's good, that's good, that's good. So these changes like seems decent and seems fine. So let's now switch and take a look at the template itself. We will start with the standard version, 1v1 extra large with underground. So we are starting, of course, in the bunker. There is no change, so everything is the same. And the main differences are these towns logic. So you can see that there is the conflux side zone. So that was the information, and you can see there is a lot of dwelling, And now you have the middle town, right? In this case, we have Stronghold. And these towns are copying the side treasure zone. And it seems it will be randomly generated, so it means that the towns, the like conflux towns, will not be next to the conflux side treasure zone, because I don't think so that's possible to set. But if it will be like this, then each player have access to one of each towns. And in the bunker, so you can see that this one is neutral bunker. So you can join 100% of these Rust Dragons and 100% of these Azure Dragons. And on opposite side, yeah, you can see that there are some, let's say, other units, because it's copying the middle town. So this is random. So you could have one more stronghold here, or you could have conflux here as well. So that gives some variety, right, to the gameplay. So it'll be definitely interesting. And these boxes should give the units from the middle. So let me see. Get out from the bunker. So it could be like what, behemoths and cyclopses. Cyclopses. Yeah. So it's actually really worth to go into the bunker. But you do not know which type of bunker it is, right? Unless you will come here. So that's interesting. And yeah, so these are the main changes for the extra large. So it's more focused on the, it's a late game, right? Because you have now more potential to build up the towns, and that's actually really cool. So when we look on the heroes now, which are available in the duel, so if we start this castle, so there is nothing special, right? You can go like warrior, like Catherine, you can go Sorsha. You could go Orid as well if you would like to high roll some archers. And of course you can go Adelaide, some tempo. So there are no big changes in the castle gameplay. For Rampart, so there is the Ivor is back, and it's really strong hero, because your units are doing damage from level 6, like it's insane. It cannot be compared to damage of Ares. But Ares is still big, right? You could go as a Thorgrim, and if you'd like to. No, there is no reason to go Genova, because offense is like must skill anyway. And since you have a lot of unicorns villains, you could go even for unicorns. Ares, of course, is the pick. It will depends versus whom you are playing, right? If the opponent is going mage, then you could go Ares just to match the knowledge thing, because it could happen that this Ivory you will have 0 knowledge by level 10. For Rampart, so there is Nila edit. That's actually a good hero, but you need to go for late game, you need to go for Titans. Because the specialty armor is good, but she has, let's say, 2 bad skills. And then, of course, Sommer. Yeah, I guess that's it. For Inferno, so there is no new hero in here. I think the Ignatius edit. You can go for him. Because of the interference, so if you would have 2 interference artists, you can decrease the power by 50%, which is not bad. So let's see how it will be played out. But technically, I have 2 death skills, which you cannot use until the final fight, right? So it's something. For Necro, considering that there was added Galfram, so that was Galfram, you could go for him, but it will not be good, most likely, because it's that night, so Vidomina will be most likely better, but considering how many dwelling there is, Tamika could be option as well, and Tamika would be better option because of offense, so that means all your units will be doing damage, or you could go as well even Straker, because of the interference and haste, because the weakness of the Necropolis without vampires is that their units are super slow, right? So you could match this that you would go with haste. So we'll see. For dungeon, so Deemer the Memer is back, the Dreamer. So that's for sure a good pick. There is the Shakti, of course, if you'd like to. I don't think so, it's good. Lorelei or Tamakon would be most likely better. For Stronghold, so there is still Shiva. But now we need to keep in mind that there is 2 less rock nests. So it can happen that you cannot rely on the birds anymore, right? Because before you could have easily like 40 week 3, like 70 week 4, right? But now it will be much less. So then you could go Sauruk, because it's battle mage, you could get water, and you could make sure that the behemoths will hit his teleport when you will be sieging down. Or you can go Krelion too. But if you would go, let's say, Sauruk, you can go for interference, or you can go with Krell if you want to go Smork. But the thing is that you will not get water. So you cannot get water as barbarian, so that's bad, because then you cannot teleport the bees. There is Tyrax or that. Sure. Good hero itself, so you can go for it, but tactics could be technically good if you would like to go for Cyclopses, so you could cover them in final fight. That would be actually like decent pick for tactics. Or you could go Terek, because that's you could cover your Cyclopses and you could have water magic. And Wisdom is not bad, right? So there are some options. So you'll see what will be played. Then we have Fortress. So we have Lightning Dracon, Wisdom is added. So there is like, this is like up to you, right? Alkin is still best. Beastmaster for sure. Brughild is fine. Wisdom is fine if you want to focus on Lizard Mans. So Draken, I would go Draken. And from mages there is like no major change, right? Which you would like to go for. Then we have what? Then we have Conflux. So for Conflux, you can go Monarch easily, you can go Fear. And you can of course go with the typical mages, like Labefa or anything. So it also depends if you are going versus mage or versus warrior. And for Kov, so I think Kov got the most heroes added in. So we have Bidley now. We got Annabelle, I think, right? And Cassiopeia. So Bidley is good because of the starting army, and he's only having offense. So this is the guy which can have the perfect skill tree. But then there is still Evacious, right? So it actually depends versus whom you are playing. But again, going for Sea-Dogs are bad in the final fight. You need to go Nixes or have a lot of birds, right? Or get mid and build something else. And that's for the towns and the heroes which are in and which will be most likely played. So now let's take a look on this large generation, just to see how it looks like. Let's see if you'll be able to generate and tell each other of them. So we are starting with 2 towns. So there is above the zone. Okay, so this is the zone, I guess, with the dwelling. So this is the first one, right? So all unguarded zones. And this is actually Ludocross, right? Yeah. This is technically just Ludocross variant of the large template. Yeah. You can see the layout is completely same, right? It's all the bunkers on the side. All spells. Okay. So this is just Ludocross. It was clear right from the name, so let's see if we can generate the other. So it would be like small change. So you could still play duel. You do not have to call it differently, but you will just generate it in the large size. So now we have the same again. So dwellings are the same. So let's see if we can get some other. Now we have only one down. And looks like this is the neutral with DD. Okay. And this is the neutral. Yeah, if you want to buy Azure, you can buy it. Just need to fight. shitload of Phoenixes. Okay, I guess this could be fun. A Ludicrous is fun, but you need to keep in mind that it's super RNG, right? So just play it for fun. Don't play it too seriously. And yeah, that's for the short summary of the all changes in this new version. I feel like they are cool. They are moving in the right direction. I would really like to see not to have upgraded boxes of tier 7 creatures in middle, because yeah, if you get Black Dragons, he just rush down your opponent and you take all of his downs and he can most likely do anything against that. So that's my opinion. It's in this version like it is. So yeah, so I will be playing this game, this version, let's say like 1 time per week. And yeah, I will try to play all the new heroes, all the, let's say, off meta heroes to form some good opinion on it. Alright. So thank you for watching, it was a pleasure. And let me know down below in the comments what do you think about this new version. Link will be as well in the description. So see you next time. Ciao ciao.